Before I get into this story, hit that subscribe button if you haven't already and drop your thoughts in the comments. I want to know what you would have done in my place. I still remember the moment I first sensed something was off. It wasn't dramatic, no shattered glass or screaming fights. It was a tiny, careless comment she made, the kind you'd think nothing of. She smiled at me across the table that night and said, "Oh, I had a little date with someone today. Nothing serious, of course." I laughed. I tried to laugh, but the way she said it, so casual, almost like brushing lint off a coat, it sent a ripple through me I couldn't shake. A little date? With someone else? My mind spun, trying to reason it away. Maybe she meant lunch with a friend. Maybe she was joking. Maybe I was overthinking. At first, I questioned myself. I combed through every interaction, every word we'd exchanged in the past weeks. Had I missed something? Did I ignore signs? But the unease only grew. The next day, she forgot to reply to my messages for hours. When she did, her answers were clipped, almost rehearsed. Calls went straight to voicemail. And sometimes, late at night, I would see a flicker of her phone screen, a notification she'd quickly swipe away. I told myself to trust her. I really did. But late one evening, while she showered, her phone lit up on the counter. I froze, heart thundering, guilt gnawing at me even as my curiosity overpowered it. Her screen showed a message that wasn't meant for me. Had such a good time today. Can't wait for tomorrow. My stomach dropped. She wasn't just joking. She was lying. The betrayal didn't hit like a storm. It was slow, invasive, like water seeping under a door. I found myself replaying little moments. The way she laughed at certain jokes, the sudden excuses to run errands alone, the way she'd sometimes check her phone twice, thrice, when she thought I wasn't looking. Everything felt like a puzzle I didn't want to solve. And then came the comment that finally made me stop pretending. She mentioned casually that she had another lunch scheduled this week with the same person. That's when something inside me snapped. I didn't yell. I didn't storm out. I picked up my phone, and I typed a reply that I knew would cut deeper than any shouting ever could. "So, you think your little dates are harmless, huh? I hope you know that trust isn't a buffet. Pick what you like. Leave what you don't." I don't. I hit send before I could second-guess myself. And in the silence that followed, I felt a strange mix of relief and horror. She read it immediately, and the phone buzzed with her frantic, defensive replies. "You don't understand. It was nothing. I didn't mean," but I didn't respond. I couldn't. The next hours were a blur of emotions. Anger, heartbreak, disbelief. I walked through our apartment like a ghost, noticing everything for the first time. The picture frames on the walls, the mugs in the cupboard, the scent of her perfume lingering in the hallway. Every memory now had a shadow, a tiny dagger of betrayal I hadn't seen before. She tried to explain, crying, begging, twisting her words to make it seem like I had misunderstood. And maybe, for a moment, I wanted to believe her. I wanted to cling to the person I thought she was. But deep down, I knew some things couldn't be fixed with apologies or tears. Trust, once broken, doesn't bend back the same way. I made my choice quietly. I didn't yell. I didn't make a scene. I packed my things over the next few days, keeping my movements calm, my decisions firm. When she realized what I was doing, she finally stopped talking, just watched with wide, guilty eyes. There was no dramatic confrontation, no cinematic moment, just a quiet understanding that some doors, once opened, cannot be closed. As I walked out that last morning, I didn't look back. I left behind the apartment, the memories, and the betrayal. But I didn't leave behind myself. I had my dignity, my self-respect, the knowledge that I refused to stay where I wasn't valued. I still think about her sometimes, not with love, not with longing, but with clarity, about the little lies, the small betrayals, the comments that seem harmless until they aren't. And I remember the power of speaking my truth, of refusing to let someone else's carelessness define my worth. If there's one thing I want anyone listening to take from this, it's this: you can forgive, but you don't have to stay. You can love, but you don't have to lose yourself. And sometimes the sharpest, most honest words you speak are the ones that save you from heartbreak. Before I go, remember to subscribe and share your thoughts below. Have you ever caught someone off guard like this? Would you have sent a reply or stayed silent? I want to hear every reaction.